Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Xochitl. If you are new here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you can keep up with all of my videos, keto like today's video, or my other beauty and lifestyle videos. If y'all want to mix it up, if you came for the keto, etc. Let's mix it up for beauty. Let's add some keto content. Today I wanted to do my 2-month updates on keto. So I previously did a 1-month update on the keto diet, and today is May 4th, and we have just done 2 months on keto. So we started on a Monday, not a Sunday, but that's how we do. And I just wanted to talk about updates, what I've been going through, what kind of different results I've seen, what just different experiences I've been through personally, maybe a little bit different than yours. Everybody's gonna have their own type of experience, whether regarding weight loss, just different feelings, different like food kind of you're experimenting with. So I just want to talk about mine. So today, 2 months on keto, I've lost, well, total since I started my kind of weight loss journey in January, I've lost 28 pounds today, and 19 of those, I can't add, 19 of those were on keto. So the first 2 months, January and February, if you guys haven't seen my previous video, don't worry, this one won't be as long. But January and February, I pretty much just started off by just cutting out junk food, primarily hot Cheetos. And within those 2 months, I lost about 9 pounds, just trying to do some more like moderation stuff in general, not changing my diet too much, just little by little, a little bit more portion control. Then in March, we introduced keto. First month, I lost about 12 pounds. And now this month, we lost 7 pounds, which, you know what? I ain't mad at. I'm very happy. I'm very satisfied. Something that was interesting throughout this second month on keto, I just felt like I was almost at one point, I kind of felt a little bit stuck. I was like, am I losing weight? I don't know. But I just feel like sometimes it's just like you can go like 2 weeks where you feel like you're not losing anything, and when you look at the scale and stuff, and then all of a sudden the next week, like everything just comes off. So I wouldn't, focus too much on the scale, which is what I try not to do in general, which is why that's not the only thing I track. I don't only track the scale, but I also, been taking pictures, and that has been probably the most thing that's kept me going, because even those weeks where I was like, honestly, I don't see the numbers on the scale going down, but I have a feeling I'm definitely losing inches. Like I feel it, and I see it in those pictures, so I feel like that's what's kept me going. So if you're down, like kind of take those progress photos, take that into account, but then also do measurements, which is what I did, and I'll share my measurements with you guys in a bit. Also been kind of tracking how I've been feeling each month and what's kind of changed. Something that I did in the second month is I introduced intermittent fasting, which is essentially you can choose a block of time that you can eat, and then another chunk of time, anywhere from like 12, 16, 20 hours or so, where you're not eating. It sounds a little bit crazy, but a majority of that time you are sleeping. So I mean, if you sleep 8 to 10 hours a day and you're trying to intermittent fast for 16 hours, half of that you're just sleeping, so you don't even notice it. And so I feel like each month I'm trying to introduce something a little bit different, just so my body doesn't get used to just the keto and kind of essentially hit a plateau. So the first month was pretty much strictly keto. This second month I introduced intermittent fasting. My goal was to introduce a little bit more working out. And honestly, I did a little bit more fitness this month than I did last month. But last month, I think I worked out like 3 times or something, less than a handful of times. I think this month, this second month on keto, I maybe worked out like 6 times or so, which is totally fine. But now with the intermittent fasting, I feel like that just kind of helped in general. So now in the third month, I think now with the keto, intermittent fasting, and now that we introduce the actual working out, because if you guys have been watching my other videos, I've been waiting on these fit bands. But in general, I've just been more motivated to work out and make the time for it, and I feel good about it every time I do. The third month, that's what I want to do, is kind of help with that and just kind of keep that train going in general. A couple of things that I did notice during keto for sure. I feel like I saw the difference, especially in those photos. Just like the weight loss, whether it was in my face, I feel like especially in my stomach. Let's see, measurement wise, the things I was measuring was like my stomach, my arms, and my legs, my thighs. And honestly, I feel like my arms and my legs this month really didn't lose anything, pretty much stayed the same, which, you know what, I'll take it. But where I did lose inches, and even more inches this month, I feel like, than last month. Last month, I lost about an inch. So last month, we were 36 inches around my stomach. And this month, we were 34 and 3/8 inches, so a little bit more than an inch at this month, which was great. And we stayed the same in the arms and legs, but I feel like that's exactly where I'm feeling, where I'm losing it, where I'm seeing the biggest differences. The other thing as well, where I have seen the difference, I remember someone commented on one of my keto videos, a friend of mine, and she's like, hey, just wondering, have you noticed like maybe like your boobs have like gotten smaller a little bit with this weight loss? And I was like, good question. So what I did is I went ahead and I tried on my latest bra that I had bought in and got it fitted, because like for a while I was not using the right bra that I should be using. And finally, eventually, because I had gained so much weight, I was like, you know what, I need a comfortable bra. So I got one basically at what was my highest weight, and that was about a 38 double D. Generally, I've been like at my like thinnest too, I've probably been around a D. So I was like, even if we lose these girls, we're still looking good. But still, so I was like, you know what, let me try on that bra. And I tried it on, and I definitely, I could see like we needed a little bit of filling. So I was like, holy crap, yeah, I'm definitely like my babies. Those girls are going down a little bit, but it's okay. It's okay. They're gonna be okay. Frankie's gonna be okay. So I was like, ooh, yeah, definitely I could see that going on there. The other thing that's happening now is that my clothes, my yoga pants specifically, are getting a little bit looser. Definitely noticed today, like I have to like pull them up a little bit more, like they're not as skin tight, like suctioned as they usually are. So they're gonna, be a little bit like, I had to pick them up in my crotch area. I was like, they're loose. So I got to be careful with that. So I feel like soon, going on this 3rd month of keto, I feel like it's going to be that awkward phase, or going to be kind of like in between. Like I still have clothes from like, my regular in general. I haven't seen those in a while, but especially like pants and stuff, not jeans probably. But yoga pants, yes. So I don't know, I'm going to be in an awkward phase. I might have to just get some sweatpants or something in between, but I'm kind of, doing that level. But just so you guys know, 28 pounds, that's definitely been a big difference for me. Just so you guys can see that difference from basically when my heaviest to what I am now. I feel it. I feel it especially when I work out. I went for a run yesterday with Blaze because he would not stop until he got to go outside again for like the 100th time. So I was like, you know what? I want to go on a run. It's a nice day. So let's go out for a run, safely and responsibly running, and making sure we, have space for ourselves. But I thought it was going to be a struggle, just because I feel like I haven't ran in a while. I feel like I really couldn't run. Weight-wise, like I just felt too heavy. It was really hard on my knees, which is why I really kind of fell in love with the Stairmaster. It's just like very low impact, but that's a workout. And so I was like, I went for a run, and I really expected myself to like get tired within that first like quarter mile, half a mile. But no, we were doing good. I was like, okay, we can do way more than a mile. But I would have done more. But also, Blaze is very out of shape too, so we gotta condition him again as well. So that's something that's, kind of been new to me, and I'm excited to work out now. The only thing though, it is you do get a little bit more tired when you are working out, and I'll talk about that in a little bit. But, something I want to get back at. I don't know if it's because of keto, also because I haven't really been working out, but so far, another month, 7 pounds down, and really just minimal working out, and mostly it just being the food. Okay, so before I make this video very, very long, we're still doing pretty good. I was like 8 minutes, and we'll probably edit that out a little bit. I did want to get into some of your questions, so I posted on my Instagram. If you're not following me on Instagram, make sure to follow me there. I actually like to post on my stories a lot about keto and the different foods that I'm either eating or making. So sometimes there'll be foods that I'm eating that I'll, do a nice story too, but maybe I won't do the recipe on there yet. Might be coming. I might have done it already. So follow me on stories. I like to post, the different fun like keto things that I'm trying, whether it's like keto syrups, keto like flatbread, stuff like that. So follow me on Instagram. But I said, if you guys, this is my 2-month update, ask me any questions and I can answer them in this video. Apologies if you didn't get to it. I'll make sure to respond to you on Instagram though. But if I didn't respond to you on Instagram, it's because I answered your question here. So Mama Nikki 86, what is your favorite keto product / meal you've tried so far? So far, product. This is very new, but it's like a game changer, and you should try it too if you're on keto. I'm glad I tried to. I have, like I said, a very addictive personality, so when I really get into something, it's like I've got to try everything. Luckily, I've been working on this thing with patience and pacing myself, as I was like, wait, let's try a little bit of keto, and then we start adding more products before, you know, it's day one and I have like $500 worth of like keto products and I fail it on day two, you know. So month two, so this, I think it was like this past 2 weeks ago, I ordered cut the carb flatbreads. These are amazing. I think definitely maybe in your third, fourth week or starting your second month of keto, totally introduce it if you want to go from the beginning. So these are flatbreads, and each sheet of a flatbread is 9-gram net carb. What I love about these flatbreads is that the possibilities are endless. I think these are great, especially if maybe you're feeling maybe a little uncreative, maybe you're just missing that sort of just like wrapping of, you know, some sort of carb around your food, whether it's a sandwich wrap, whether it's tacos, whether it's tostadas. You can just make so many things with this. And I was following a bunch of different keto people, and I kept seeing this, like, you know what, we should try this. And I was just like following the hashtags to see like what everybody was making with it. So far, we got it in this past week. I made, it was like breakfast burritos. I made tostadas. I made tortilla chips. Today, I made keto tacos de pollo, which will be up next. And I made, also for breakfast or lunch rather, I made a warm wrap, a little chicken ranch avocado wrap. Oh my God. So we bought 2 packets, luckily. And the only thing is, it's definitely a little bit more on the expensive side, which is why I feel like unless you're really going to kind of do keto for a while, I think it's worth the investment. Because if you do it like your first day and then you're like, I'm over this, and you're like, I don't want these low carb flatbreads, you know? But if you're on keto and you're in it, you're gonna love this. These are just amazing little cheats. You could just make so many different things. I'm looking forward to trying new recipes with them. I think that's been my new current favorite obsession. Like Frankie's too. He's like, all right, next pack, I'm gonna throw down on those. So if you're doing keto with a significant other who's struggling or just like, I guess, you know, get the cut the carb flatbreads. Or if you're struggling and you just need that, just like that texture, that wrap, just something around like your burger even, get that. Oh, and we made flatbread barbecue chicken pizza. I'm gonna have to film that one next. I Heart Makeup 83 said, any cheat days? If so, how do you or have you been bouncing back? 2 months and no cheat days. I'm very impressed with myself. Whoa, I don't know. Ask me how, I don't know. I think this is just something where I see the progress, and I think that just what motivates me. Also, keto isn't really one of those diets where you can, you know, do keto all week and then cheat on the weekends, do keto on week and cheat on the weekends, because what you're doing is trying to get your body in ketosis. And I feel like for me, why I haven't wanted to cheat is 1, because I feel like that's really just gonna mess up my progress, and 2, because it's like that just feels like a lot, putting your body back and forth into ketosis. So I really just want the kind of almost best results that I can get, as strict as I can get, because I like to be a little bit flexible with it too. But I feel like it's like, you know what, if you want to cheat, just find a snack that you like that's keto to kind of replace that craving, and or just make sure you're full enough from all your other meals where you don't need it. So I think honestly, if my birthday wasn't coming up in June, I probably would do maybe 3 months not cheating. But I'm gonna cheat on my birthday probably. Oh, for sure, 100%. I'm already planning and see what I want. But I think after that, I might want to still, you know, get back on it and keep going. So, and I'm not gonna be mad at myself. It's my birthday. I'm gonna treat myself to some carbs, okay? Blanca Solis asks, "What's your favorite keto food?" Ooh. I think, did I answer this on the last one? Well, we've tried some different ones now. So I think for sure still tinga. I love it. It's so good. I look forward to it, and it's really easy. But we just made the barbecue chicken pizza with the flatbreads, the cut the carbs. We're gonna make that again this weekend. We made that last weekend. We're making it again with some sugar-free barbecue sauce. Ooh, so good. And then my other one is actually a recipe that I've done off keto, but it's also keto. So it was my spinach dip stuffed chicken. So I'll link that video down below for you guys, as well as a tinga. And then eventually, probably later this week, I'll upload the pizza one. But yeah, I think those have been my favorite keto foods. G De La Rosa 20 asks, my question is, do you measure and weigh the oils and everything with the food scale? Oils I don't measure with the food scale. I probably do like tablespoon type measuring with that, but especially now when I am trying to get a little bit stricter with my, or not stricter, I'm just more precise, a little bit stricter, I guess, but not even strict. I ain't that strict. I'm pretty we mellow with my measurements more than anything, because I really want to see on my Carb Manager app, just, you know, if I'm hitting my fats and my proteins and stuff like that, I will measure things. So, you know, especially if I'm using avocado oil, because that gives you lots of fats, lots of good fats, I'm going to put that in, but mostly that goes in teaspoons. But when I'm using like almond flour, or I'm trying to measure out my chicken, or, you know, different things like that, different proteins, different like seasonings, I usually do like tablespoon, teaspoon stuff. That's when I will measure. I'll have my weeks though when I'm just kind of like eyeball it, you know, because it's like, okay, I've made this before, I kind of know. And I mean, I feel like you can do that, but I feel like sometimes I'm like, we're not getting there. When I start tracking a lot more, I feel like I'm a little bit more conscious of everything, and you really, you know, just make better decisions that way, because you're like, ooh, do you really want 2 teaspoons? Do you really want 2 teaspoons, girl? So I think that's, you know, good. But at the food scale, I've been using gel_V asks, how did you stop eating hot Cheetos? It's been so hard for me. And then, well, I guess kind of these go hand in hand. So what's the best way to slowly transition into cutting carbs out in your daily meals? So hot Cheetos, I've been eating since kindergarten. What is that, like 5 years old? So we're going on like what, 23, 22 years or so eating hot Cheetos. It's been a minute. But honestly, for me, it was just one of those. I've done it before. I think the longest I went before was 3 months. Now we're on like 4 months, going on 5 months, no hot Cheetos so far. And I think for me, it was just seeing that was really delaying my progress. That was really having an effect on my progress. But more than anything, kind of, you know, when I stopped eating them, you know, try to do it for a week, try to do it for 5 days, and then have some on the weekends. Like, transition it little, you know, start little. Don't, I mean, if you can go cold turkey, do it. But I remember I would do sometimes, I'm like, okay, I'm just not gonna eat hot Cheetos just once a week. And then it's like, okay, once every other week, you know. And then it was like, all right, once a month type of a thing. And finally, I was just like, oh, we're just going to keep going. And for me, what kind of helped me keep going is the fact that I was feeling good. But also, you can eat hot Cheetos. If you're eating hot Cheetos like me, where it was like 4 to 5 times a week, then, you know, like, don't. Then you really see the difference. So for me, I was just like, damn, like, I feel like I have all my energy, not only the hot Cheetos, but the junk food. But I think that was a big contribution when you're eating a bag a day, like 5 times a week. It makes a difference on your energy levels. So I feel like just kind of being like, damn, like, I like this feeling. I like this energy. I think that's what made it easy to kind of cut back on the hot Cheetos. It's going to be interesting once we get a taste of them again. The devil's going to come out. But that question with how did you kind of transition into cutting out like carbs, or what's the best way to slowly transition to cutting out the carbs in your everyday meals? I think that's just it. Slowly transition. Start by just doing it little by little, whether it's first cutting down, moderation, maybe just instead of like 2 pieces of bread, you start with 1. Instead of 2 tortillas, you do 1, you know, just start cutting back little by little. Just think of like, okay, how much would I normally do? How about we do a little bit less this time? That's kind of, you know, what it was. I feel like for me, you know, kind of transitioning from lots of carbs, hot Cheetos into this, what I did is basically just started cutting back on my biggest demon, which was the hot Cheetos. And then, you know, just little by little, just cutting other things out. Because I feel like once you tackle your biggest demon, anything else that you're just like, you really like, isn't as bad as like, yo, I gave up this other thing like that I love. This should be no problem. So I think if you can tackle your biggest ones, you should be good. Not to say that I don't crave hot Cheetos still. Like, every like other couple of days, I have a dream that I eat a hot Cheeto and I can taste it. But just start just cutting off, you know, a portion here, a portion there, a portion there. And then maybe using smaller plates helps too. But just switching off different things. Crystal B Flowers asks, how long did it take for you to start losing weight? Also, I love you. She always DMs me. She's on keto too, which is fun, and I'm always like, just like, you can do it. But how long did it take you to start losing weight? I would say when I started keto, I feel like I pretty much saw it the first week I dropped 5 pounds, but they do say a lot of that can be water weight. So I mean, I feel like that's like instantly I dropped that. But for me, I kind of had the back of my mind that was water weight, so I'm just like, all right, so let's see how much more, if this is it. And then I would say almost immediately for my body, I just feel like because I had weighed so much and because this was such a drastic change for my body specifically, not only was I like cutting out hot Cheetos, and then I was like low carb rather, all these veggies, and then no sugar. I just feel like my body was just like, whoa. And because of that, that's why in my first month I lost 12 pounds. Whereas in my second month, it's still kind of doing the same things, introducing new stuff into it, but maybe like switching, adding intermittent fasting. I didn't lose as much, but still 7 pounds I think for a month is great. I think that's good. It's not drastic. I wasn't expecting to lose maybe like 12 pounds again. I'm fine with losing anywhere from what I'm losing right now to like 5 or whatever, but I just feel like that's just a nice sustainable. I'm not trying to run not trying to sprint. This is a journey. It's going to take a while, and patience, just give it some time and it'll happen. If you're doing what you need to do, if you're, eating certain portions, how you're supposed to eat, if you're exercising, then it's going to happen. So don't look at this for a quick, type of a fix. That's not what I'm looking at it as, which is why I don't feel disappointed in my results. I was like, okay, yeah, that sounds about right. That's 7 more pounds that I could never lose before this. So I'm happy with that. Like for me to lose 7 pounds in a month, I can't remember 12 pounds in this amount of weight, 28 pounds the last time I was this weight. So just to show you guys my numbers. So at my highest when I started in January, I was 199 pounds. Now, I am 5'1". I am too short to be in 199 pounds. So minus 28 pounds, we are 171 today. The last time I was around this weight, because I actually kept track on when I would do my FitnessPal app for like about a week when I would do them. The last time I was around this weight minus like 3 pounds was sometime in 2015. And that was because I was going up, not because I was losing anything. I just kept going up and up and up. That was the last time I was this amount of weight. So just patience is the biggest thing, because just because you're not losing the same amount of weight that I am doesn't mean that there's anything wrong with the way you're eating, with the way your body is. Like everybody's body just responds differently. Some people have lost more weight than me, and that's totally fine. Also, I feel like if you're heavier, you're gonna lose weight faster probably when you first start something. Magic last bitch. Diana, how are your energy levels? Any fatigue? So honestly, energy levels just on keto are great. I am the type of person who would do need about 2 to 3 cups of coffee a day. Now, honestly, like, because I intermittent fast, you can drink coffee, just like black coffee in between and water before you eat, but I don't even do that. I can do just 1 cup of coffee or 2. And the main reason why maybe I'll do that second cup of coffee is because coffee is just the easiest way for me to get my fats in. So the MCT oil, the coconut oil, and stuff like that. But honestly, I can go off of 1 cup of coffee and not until maybe like 2 p.m. or 3 p.m. And I'll do that mainly because, I'm just like, oh yeah, maybe I should. But I still have that instinct where like I need coffee to wake me up a little bit. But even then I can go a couple hours before needing coffee. So energy levels like that wise, like I feel like definitely I feel more energetic because I don't need that coffee before. I was like, don't talk to me before I've had my coffee, like, But so I'm down to like 1, 2 if I just, I'm like, I'm not going to make my fats today. So let me, drink a coffee. However, the fatigue I feel when I work out, the last couple times I've worked out, I don't know, it's probably a combo too. I know they say because you're not having carbs, it is, you do feel a little bit more fatigued when working out when you're doing keto. Could be the combination that I'm doing keto and I haven't really worked out that consistently. So as I get more consistent with it, I'll probably update you guys and let you know. But I feel like working out, I definitely feel like my energy levels are a little bit more depleted. Like I can't go as hard as I could. Then again, I haven't been working out as much, so I'll let you know once I do it more consistently. Tewi, what made you start keto in the first place? Interested to start but overwhelmed. So I had heard about keto, been wanting to do it. I think I mentioned it in my last, I can't remember, but I had mentioned it to Frankie, and then he's like, nah. And then finally he's like, because his friend was doing it, he's like, we should do keto. And I was like, fine. You know, I'm like, you know what, I'm willing to try anything. We can do it together. I think it'll be easier, which it has been. The fact that we're both doing it, nobody's bringing carbs into the house. So honestly, for me, I had just been trying to lose weight for the longest. I was looking through my old Instagram, Facebook photos. Like the last time I was like near my normal weight was like post college, and that was 2014. So this has been years in the making. So it's one of those, like, I'm willing to try anything, you know, healthy diet, you know, and especially if we're going to do it together, I think it's going to be easier. So I think for me, it's just like, you know what, let's do it. And I feel like I was just in that mindset for it, where I'm like, you know what, it's positive mindset. Let's go into this positively. This is, I think, where do you get your meal / food inspo from? Honestly, my favorite has kind of switched, Instagram. So I like to look up hashtag keto recipes or keto meals, or Mexican keto Mexican. And also now new, because we've been doing cut the carb bread, I like to look up hashtag cut the carb, so that see what they're using for all those wraps. People are making crab rangoon, people are making raviolis, like the possibilities are endless. So Instagram has actually turned into my favorite. I said it wasn't gonna be that long. That second half was probably a little bit longer, but we can trim it down a little bit maybe in between those pauses. But I'm glad you guys, you know, asked your questions. I know there have been some people who have been curious, who will, you know, DM me about different things. You know, definitely take it your own pace. Do what you need to do to kind of transition into it, from, you know, your regular lifestyle into keto, or whether it's just your, you know, regular lifestyle that is unhealthy, maybe like mine was, into whatever, you know, kind of like new diet lifestyle that you're doing. You know, this is going on 2 months, so this wasn't like, okay, let's do this for like, actually, I didn't even know how long we were going to do it, but I was like, let's just try it. And I feel like I'm glad that this is something I've been able to sustain. I've been seeing the results, and I'm excited. I'm coming out of quarantine looking good. So I'm going to be like, hello, remember me? No, you didn't. But I'm excited. I am looking forward to a 3rd month on keto, especially with that cut the carb bread and, you know, trying new recipes. I love that you guys are enjoying my keto what I eat in a day recipes. I'm no chef, but you know, trying to do my best and really just showing you what I'm eating and kind of trying to keep it interesting, keeping it exciting. I like to have like yummier meals and then maybe some leaner meals. I always like to throw in like a salmon recipe throughout the week. And now that we finally stocked up on chicken and we have that like barbecue sauce, you know, something as simple as a grilled chicken and maybe some little barbecue sauce, like sugar-free barbecue sauce dipping. So not to say that like every day, you know, you're eating cheese on top of cheese and top of cheese, you know, stuff like that, but, you know, still trying to keep it somewhat healthy keto as opposed to like dirty keto. But we have our weekends, you know, where we get a little bit lazy. I don't want to cook, and I might order something from Chipotle instead that's keto, or even Wingstop. P.S. Wingstop is keto, but that's not going to be my everyday meal. Overall, this is something I've just been enjoying. Let me know if anybody has started keto as well and how your journey is going. I would just say, don't get overwhelmed. I feel like every week, every month, I'm learning something new that just, you know, makes it a little bit easier for me, that keeps me going. Something new that I've introduced that I love. If you have maybe started keto and maybe you are using the MyFitnessPal app to track everything that you're eating, I transitioned from MyFitnessPal app to the Carb App Manager. Love it. Life-changing. I feel like it knows what I'm doing, because sometimes in MyFitnessPal is like, that's a lot of fats. I was like, well, obviously. But the Carb Manager app specifically knows it's for that low carb diet, so you can put in your info and it'll kind of give you, you know, what your macros should be, what you should be eating for protein, you know, fats, and it lets you know like you have like this many grams left and stuff like that. So it's just so much easier. I feel like I got a little overwhelmed, just felt like too much work on the MyFitnessPal. So if you felt like that, I definitely recommend the Carb Manager app. I feel like I like tracking, I like data, I like to see things. So that's why I really enjoy it, but it just feels a little bit less tedious than the other one. So stuff like that, you know, every week I'm learning. Cut the carb is something new that I'm learning. So always looking for new people to follow on Instagram and see their recipes and stuff. So make sure to comment down below your favorites, keto Instagrammers or YouTubers, and I'll list down below some of my favorites. But Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you can keep up with my keto, what I eat in a day, some more updates. Make sure to follow me on Instagram, and then as well as you guys want to see some beauty and other lifestyle videos. But thank you guys so much, and I'll see you all next time.